Maayong adlaw. Komesta? This is Ben from Ben and Cebu, coming to you from Mactan Island, all the way at the end, with the lovely ocean behind me. And the sunset is coming down, and it's just a nice cool breeze blowing. Beautiful sea air. Smells fantastic, and really uplifting place to chill. So what I want to talk about is why I came to the Philippines. Now, the reason why I came to the Philippines, might be, significantly different for others. I actually came here with the notion in mind that I wanted to help others and in turn help myself. Not for selfish reasons or not for a reward, but I just knew the atmosphere here, because I've been here, before for lengths of time, and I'm familiar with, the culture and the people, and I really wanted to just have that reprieve and have that uplifting atmosphere, put the wind underneath my sails. I had, some bad stuff happen to me that really set me off kilter, and not to use a sea reference, but the waters were extremely choppy and difficult to navigate through, and so that's primarily why I came here. Now, I'm not a perfect person, and in my past, I've been confrontational, really easy to get the words flying out my mouth, and I knew, the change that I was going through could be a challenge. I knew that I needed to be self-aware enough to try to evolve my attitude and the way I respond to conflict, and just all of those things, just self-betterment. And a lot of people, I know a lot of people because I've encountered them, and you bounce the people who are confrontational kind of bounce off other confrontational people. So, and there's a lot of people that are, because people are unhappy, they're struggling with their bills and their family and their relationships, and it's really easy when you're separate from your home life and you're out in the world just driving to be road rage, or if you have conflict with your siblings, it's really easy to get in an argument and a yelling match, and things can get really ugly. And I know that I've experienced that countless times in my past, and it took me decades really to get to a place in my mind where I felt that it was time for me to overcome those things. But I tell you what, coming to the Philippines really made it significantly easier for me to remain on the path that I had started when I was in the United States. I mean, people here, you hear it all the time if you watch Philippine-related videos, that people are just friendly here, and it's not a falsehood. In the States, when I was beginning my process of personal evolution and personal change, I would be in the grocery store or something, for example, and I would say hello to someone, and they would ignore you. And why would they do that? Because they're wondering, what does this person want? Or are they going to be weird if I engage them? Are they going to start talking to me or ask me for things? And so people are pretty standoffish. But here, it's the flip side of the coin. It's the exact opposite. So for me, it's been like a path that was just laid out before me to help me be more kind, as they say in the Philippines, mabait, which means kind. And it's, for me, I didn't struggle as much with that because I really don't have confrontation. The work that I'd put in towards being kinder and evolving, made it significantly easier for me to remain in that mindset and remain with that countenance. And I didn't make huge I didn't make huge mistakes and perpetuate my old ways, because a lot of that has worn off. There's been a couple of times, like one taxi driver was trying to grab my phone because he thought I was recording him, and that got relatively ugly, and I got angry about it. But so those situations that have come up, I've definitely noticed that I have grown in a significant amount of ways, and that it was much easier for me to deal with those unfortunate situations. So, when you go through a significant struggle and you have something that tears you down, if you're perpetuating all that negativity, you're not gonna really evolve anyways, right? So one of the things that you got to do in life is to aim up. I heard a guy saying something that I thought was really poignant and profound. He said, treat everyone as though they're God. Like if you saw God before you, would you argue with him, or would you try to be kind? And so the lady doing the dishes, treat her as though she is someone special, someone who deserves respect. And if you do that if you do that habitually, it just becomes old hat, and you start to wear that coat instead of wearing, the old tattered confrontational garment that was heavy laden with soil and bogging you down. So you got to aim up, no matter what you do, in everything. And I know that a lot of people aren't going to ever even have the wherewithal to even think about changing or turning the lens upon themselves. In my bad situation, I made a lot of mistakes, and although I've always tried to be self-aware, I've failed in massive, egregious ways, and so it took self-reflection, looking in that mirror and going, where did I screw up? What did I do to compound that issue? What was my role in that failure? And what could I have done better? Someone who goes anywhere, a grocery store, another country, work, whatever, and they're always, placing blame on the other person. That was their fault, and how dare they, and I'm in the right. Someone who fails to adapt and realize that, and doesn't have the wherewithal or the self-reflection, is ultimately going to be playing that victim role. And if you're going to the Philippines, or you're going to the grocery store, or you're driving down the road and you have constant road rage and stuff, and that's just been a theme in your life, it's time for you to turn that lens upon yourself. It's time for you to look in the mirror, and it's time for you to ask those important questions. What did I do wrong? What could I have done better? How could I have reacted to that situation to have a better outcome? It's just not easy to change, and the whole point is that you are aiming for it, and you're conscious of it, and you're you're always trying, even if you make a mistake, you don't dwell in that. You analyze, and you arm yourself with the tools to avoid that should it come up again. Reason why I came here was really to help people, and the selfish aspect was to help me, but help me be able to do the work that I needed to do to become more, to become better. And ultimately, as it says, in scripture and things, the most important thing in life is love. And if you're not being loving, and you're not being kind to others, then you're aiming low. And we all got to be kinder, we all got to be more loving, and we all got to make an effort to help others if we have the ability to do it. It's a rough and tumble, tough world out there. Especially if you're in the West and you're trying to sock away, some dough, and maybe you're, have a business and you're trying to build it. That is can be very stressful. But on the same token, you can evolve wherever you are, and it's important that you try to do that, and you try to not be cutthroat and aggressive, and you try to help others and be kind in each and everything. So that's my encouragement, and I hope that people can glean something from that. I hope that people can try and apply the various methods and ways to evolve, and you'll just be happier wherever you are. So whether it's in the Philippines, or whether it's in Canada, or Detroit, or Portland, or Seattle, or wherever, Los Angeles, with all the fires going on, and in the midst of chaos, always try to aim up. Always. If there's anything that you could do for yourself, it would be that, to try to aim up. And I'm not talking about monetary things. I'm talking about the things that really matter, which are your human existence, and being a helpful member of this tribe that we refer to as population, because it's a tribe, and we gotta try to help each other along. Just hang in there, and do what you gotta do to be better. Don't wallow in your own obscenities. Don't allow your sorrow and your depression bubble over so it spills all over your lap. I know it's not easy, but you can do it, and you can make it. So I know if I can, you can, and I really hope you make it over that hurdle. And of course, me, come to the Philippines and change your life, and don't live in that bubble of the West that is bogging you down and making you depressed. Live your life for yourself, and do something for yourself, before it's too late. We're not getting any younger, and you don't want to live in regret, especially in your twilight years, and you'll be sitting there, watching TV and going, man, I wish I would have done this, or man, I wish I would have done that. Just go and do it. Just go and take that leap. Take a risk. There's no reward without taking that risk. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a blessed day.